You want to talk about it?
I'd rather laugh about it.
Let's get a little dark about it.
On the Traumedy Show.
Welcome to the Traumedy Show. I'm your co-host, Rachel Wilford.
And I'm your other co-host, Megan Wilford.
And I thought I was pregnant this week.
You have premarital sex?
Yep. You know, considering that I haven't been married yet, all of the sex that I have had, technically premarital sex, although I have tried to have marital sex twice now.
You have tried.
Unsuccessfully so, but...
Way to just announce you're living in sin, but okay.
Living in sin, going to hell, in a hand bucket. I'll see you all there.
In a hand bucket?
You've never heard that?
I thought it's
phrase?
a hand basket.
Yep, hand basket.
It is going to hell in a chum bucket.
Going to hell in a chum bucket. Perfect segue to Sponge Party.
Anyway,
going to hell in a hand bucket. TM.
You and your little unborn baby.
Me and my unborn child and my sinful man.
So you're not pregnant,
No,
though.
I'm not pregnant, but I was worried that I was for a little bit because I have been on birth control for 11 and a half years.
Crazy.
The pill, which, like, if any of my pill girlies know, my pill girlies, my
sounds
pill
like a Charlie
girlies and
XCX.
boilies. My Charlie XCX thing.
I don't know. Pill girly sounds like drugs to me.
It's very brat. Anyone that's on the pill is very brat.
Birth control is brat in general.
Yeah,
Totally.
Yep. Anyway, all my pill girlies and boilies, they know that when you're on it, you're extremely regular. So you have like your 3 weeks on the pill and then your week of sugar pills.
You literally had
I
to
don't
teach
take
me
them.
this. Yes.
I literally I'm like in the wake of thinking that I'm like with child and I'm teaching Megan about like how that could be so because she's like,
I was like, explain it to me again.
Yeah.
Start from the beginning.
Yeah.
How does pregnancy happen?
yeah. Like when a man loves a woman.
Like what? Because I've only ever had an IUD. Like,
Yeah.
well, and I also had the next one on my arm for a hot minute and that
True.
one didn't work. So I've never been on the pill. So you were like, well, I didn't take it for 7 days. I'm like, why the fuck did you not take it for 7 days? And you're like, well, that's
Because I'm supposed to.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
well, what do you think is going to happen?
I had to educate Megan on the pill, a little birth control corner. But yeah, I'm very regular. I start my period like within 12 hours of like the same Tuesday.
Yeah.
Every 4 weeks. And I was 2 days late this week, which like I can maybe count on one hand how many times that's happened in 11 years.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, that it doesn't happen. So when I was 2 days late, I was like,
Whoa.
oh, this might be it. This might be the time that I become a teen mother.
Oh my God.
A teen pregnancy. Babies having babies.
Whoa.
No, but it wasn't.
It was like right when you started your new job. It was like the first day.
Sure was. Yeah. It was the
and
first
you were
day
like,
of my new job.
Also, Thelonious, I might be pregnant. And I was like, excuse me?
Yeah.
We're pregnant?
Yeah. We're expecting. No, we're not. Yeah. So that was a fun time, and Bullseye and I are like, okay, game plan. And I'm laying awake at night, like literally like, okay, we gotta find a 2-bedroom apartment. We need to get married. We need to like, I need to start a college fund. Like
I was like talking to Washington Boy about this, and I was like, I'm not ready.
for me to have a baby.
As in like we're having one together. This was like after the fact when you found out you weren't pregnant. And I was like, I mean, honestly, like I know I just was a little relieved because I just wasn't ready for that. He's like,
Right.
You weren't ready for Rachel's kid. I'm like, no.
It's very valid. You're a pseudo mother.
I mean, yeah. So I too was relieved. I didn't realize you were like planning that much in your head.
Well, that's the way that my brain works. I'm like, okay, something's
same, I
happening.
guess.
Let me, plan out the next
Look
year
up
of my life.
insurance
Yeah.
plans.
I'm like, how much is this going to cost under my new insurance?
Fucking crazy.
Yeah. We'll need to have a wedding here soon.
Meanwhile, like my period is just, it goes with the winds. It does what it's want. Sometimes it's like every 2 months.
She's got a mind of her own.
Twice a month. Like it just, Who knows? So I've rarely had pregnancy scares because I have an IUD and it's like, every now and then I'm like, wait, have I had a period in like 4 months?
Yeah. Remember that time a few months ago, or it was like a couple months ago, where you're like, I think I might be pregnant, because all of a sudden you were like, I haven't had my period in a while.
I just realized it had been like 120 days or something crazy. And I was like, wait a fucking minute. Because our good friend Cole, like, she's got a beautiful little baby and she had an IUD.
Yeah.
So it just was like, oh.
Yeah. She was like the 0.1% of flukes of the IUD and got pregnant, which, you know, everything happens for a reason. But not for me this week. Thank God.
Dodged it again.
See you next month.
That would be chaotic, though. Unwed mother, unplanned pregnancy on the Traumedy Show.
You know,
I wouldn't put it past us
this far.
Well, you're not the one who came. Well, just kidding.
Well. Good one. But, you know, like, I've made it this far. I would love, you know, for a planned pregnancy to be in my future, or at least like a
some might say
pregnancy with my
Parenthood.
husband, right? Yeah, to be in my future and not like a oopsie daisy. And now I got to go to the courthouse and get married. Like, come on, your girl deserves,
True.
you know, a really non-stressful wedding situation.
Yeah. Damn it.
So manifesting that.
Was that your tiny trauma or
That was my
triumph?
tiny.
It's kind of both.
Oh, that I'm not pregnant?
You triumphed over pregnancy, over conception.
I sure did. I triumphed over my ovaries and my uterus. No, that was my tiny trauma, was my almost pregnancy scare. My tiny triumph, though, is that I did start my job this week. Yay! It is going really well. I'm getting very immersed in all things RevDoc. I was a little overwhelmed the first day, but ever since then, it's been going really well. All my coworkers are super nice, and just, yeah, my manager's awesome. So it's been really good so far.
You told me today that they're starting to realize you're like funny.
Yeah, today my boss started a group chat with me and him and my one other marketing team member.
Crazy.
It's a little team of 3, and he's like,
startup life.
Yeah, he's like, happy Friday, you guys. Like, I really, you know, encourage memes and GIFs every day, but like especially on Fridays. So I was like, I literally said say less, and I sent a GIF, and then we were going on about it, and then I changed the little profile picture on our chat, and he's like, it looks like I'm gathering that Rachel is a pro on Teams or whatever. And I was like, I take my role as personality hire very seriously.
Nice.
And they're like, oh, we didn't hire you for your personality or
it's
whatever.
Just an added bonus.
Like, yeah.
Oh,
so
that's like,
we've been riffing.
Establish that immediately.
Yeah, I was like,
that's what I do.
Y'all need to know that I'm funny. Y'all need to know that, like, I provide comedic value.
Yes.
I provide the entertainment.
It makes your value, like, not even exaggerating.
Yeah.
Joking at all. Like, being the person who provides fun memes on a Friday.
Yeah.
I need to give you my actual meme websites that I go to, because my thing is like,
teach me your ways.
I drop like a custom meme like immediately in response to something. Like Varshita trying to book restaurant recommendations the other day, like back and forth, and I just like drop a meme in there that I just like whipped up and made myself. And like when you make your own custom meme, people act like you're fucking God. They're like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
It's not hard.
You are meme queen.
I am. Yeah. I gave an entire presentation to my marketing organization of like hundreds of people on creating memes. So you're kind of talking to me.
I know I am. On the 8th day, the Lord said, let there be memes. And you were born on that day as well.
Indeed.
To create them.
Correct. My team also does meme Friday shit too. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Yay. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's fun. It's cute. So yeah, it's been good. And then it's also like, well, if I ever disappoint you guys, don't forget that I'm funny.
Exactly.
And you like me.
Yep.
You know?
Like if you fire me, you ruin the vibe.
If you lose me, you lose all the vibes.
It sounds stupid, but it's like such a value in corporate America.
You're like, that's my entire corporate strategy.
A little bit.
Be the vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my tiny trauma, my tiny triumph.
Great.
Go follow RevDoc on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah, I haven't even done that yet.
You'll see me do shit there. Well, now that I'm like starting, and I will be like reporting now on like since I took over, we grew so much. Like, go do that.
Okay, perfect.
Go grow us.
Nice. Just speaking of work and being personality hire, I think I mentioned this like last time we talked one-on-one, but my biggest event of the year is next week, and I'm going to be in Vegas Monday through Friday, like 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. just when it comes to like team dinners, working at a booth all day. I'm in customer marketing for those who don't know, and I work in cybersecurity, and I'm going to be at a booth all day, recruiting people to join my program, filming a lot of customer videos, being like, do you want to talk about blah, blah, blah? So that's going to be my week. And it's been like 7 months planning this event. So the fact that it's like actually here is very exciting. I'm at the point now where I'm like less anxious and more like, okay, I think I'm more or less pretty ready at this point.
That's good.
But the last couple weeks, that on top of my birthday party and just having this like overload of there's too much to do. I can't get it all done. But it's all falling into place now. So I have that on Monday. So that's been traumatic. Well, tiny trauma. It's not been traumatic.
I am so traumatized.
It's just work. It's like,
Yeah.
you know how it goes. And then my birthday party.
As I was busy not conceiving a child, you were busy conceiving the biggest party on this side of the Mississippi.
On this side of Bikini Bottom.
The biggest party this town's ever seen since Shrek. Since Party 2024.
Since the Bubble Bowl of 2006.
Nice.
No idea when that episode came out.
Damn, I really hope it was 2006. I'd be so sick.
I bet it was earlier than that, to be honest. But
should I look it up?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, while you're looking it up. One of the greatest all-time SpongeBob episodes. We're talking about SpongeBob because I have a SpongeBob themed birthday party tomorrow, which is crazy.
2001.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, you're a little off.
Same year as the Towers and Lord of the Rings.
Oh shit. September 7th, 2001.
You're kidding.
No. Damn. I think the Bubble Bowl is
Did
the
we
cause
just
of
create
9/11.
a new conspiracy theory?
Yeah. Yeah. I think SpongeBob.
So you're telling me the most
for the Twin Towers.
iconic episode of SpongeBob SquarePants drops, and then 2 days later,
4. Oh, nope. That's
Wait.
the 9th. September 9th. Yep.
No, it's 9/11.
No, I know. Wait. No, it is the 11th. Yeah. Yikes.
Whoa.
4 days later.
So
I was right.
Couple American
and then I
patriots over
myself.
here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Most iconic
We are
episode
the
of
true
SpongeBob
Christian patriots.
drops. And then 4 days later, 9/11 happens. I'm in first grade, so I'm way more worried about
SpongeBob.
the Bubble Bowl. Are they correlated?
Coincidence? I think not.
Anyway.
I mean, is mayonnaise an instrument? Is SpongeBob
A terrorist?
We are just throwing out so many claims right now.
Yeah. I'm getting a custom mayonnaise label made for my cosplay. So that I'm
When
going
is
to
it coming?
Well, I got it. I commissioned someone on Etsy to design it for me.
Oh.
And then I'm printing it out on like an actual mayonnaise jar so that I can have like a
Amazing.
SpongeBob looking mayonnaise prop and rather than just like regular mayonnaise.
You know who's going to love that is Kat.
Oh, yeah.
Remember her mayonnaise Instagram story that she tagged me in? Because she and I were talking about mayonnaise.
Oh, yes.
Oh, the girl loves mayonnaise.
Oh,
Kat, if you're
excellent.
listening, we love you. She's working her
yay.
way through the podcast right now, actually.
Yeah, so I'm going to have a mayonnaise to pose with because I'm going as Cedric. Oh my God.
Cedric Diggory.
Sexy Patrick Star. For the 10 seconds in the SpongeBob SquarePants movie where he appears in stripper heels and fishnet tights.
The most important 10 seconds of
Indeed.
any piece of cinema.
So I am going as that. And if you have been here a while and you listened to the Shrek Chlamydia fiasco episode, you know
yes.
last year we did Shrek. And so this year it's SpongeBob.
And this year, Megan's worried she has gonorrhea.
I am.
That was a joke. Spongeria. The Spongeria fiasco of 2025.
The way I was like, wait, I don't think so. No.
Gotcha.
No traumatic STD stories for this one.
Gentle Rita, this one's got a clean bill of health this year. She's prancing into 31, clean as a whistle.
Proud to say. This is the least sexually active I've been in years.
And you should be heralded for that.
Thank you. You're living in sin over here.
Right. And look at where it's gotten me.
Oh my God, we're never gonna get through anything.
Nope. Keep going.
It's just like Friday afternoon. We just finished work. I'm picking up my friend in like 45 minutes from the airport. My party's tomorrow. Like the vibes right now are just like,
we just got to sit down and be funny for a little bit and give you some updates.
we're not going to get through our updates because we keep making jokes about 9/11.
As one does.
As one does. It's actually a really funny subset of humor.
I thought you were going to say it's actually really not funny. No. So I was...
I mean, it's not. It's not.
It's not. This is the Traumedy Show, people. The Traumedy.
Like I saw this viral TikTok the other day that was like what I would DJ during the Twin Towers. And
I sent that to you.
Oh.
You did? Yeah.
And it's like, it's so funny because it's not funny. And you're like,
there was one for an abortion clinic too, and it was like,
oh yeah,
that was my favorite. It was like, this is what I would DJ at an abortion clinic. There goes my baby. Bullseye. I keep singing that to you.
Wait, I think I sent that one to you.
Nope, I sent that one.
Oh, did we send it to each other?
Maybe we did.
I swear to God, we just don't look at what we send to each other. Because I know I sent the abortion clinic one to you.
Well, we just sent it off and it got lost in the ether.
It's the kind of thing we don't necessarily share to our stories because it's a little...
Yes.
You have to have a special taste in humor, which
special.
now we're
it's very special.
sharing. Anyway,
you're going to be sexy Patrick.
Sponge party is tomorrow.
Bullseye is going to be chocolate grandma.
Chocolate. That grandma.
And I'm going to be the daughter.
Correct.
As one is.
Arguably the most iconic character in all of SpongeBob.
Obviously. Yeah. I don't even think she has a name. It's chocolate grandma and the daughter. I don't think.
Chocolate grandma's daughter.
CGD. For
You're
sure.
Big CGD energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's my triumph. I mean, it's taking up a lot of my headspace. I'm equally excited as I am anxious as about most things.
Checks out.
I was telling Rachel I had a nightmare last night that half the people didn't show up. No one wore a costume and I forgot to decorate. Like that was what was going on in my nightmares, which is pretty ridiculous that things like that actually stress me out. But it's something about, I love hosting and I love like creating experiences and it's so fun for me to like create these elaborate parties. But then I'm such a people pleaser and I care so much about people's experiences that I end up freaking myself out unnecessarily sometimes, which I realized I get from my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope I'm trying to take deep breaths and it'll be fine and fun.
It'll be so fine and fun.
Yeah.
But and I'm going to MC
here.
Of course. So I will be grandma walking around, running the party, running all the games and the trivia and all the things. I feel like my Farquaad's just going to end up coming out.
You'll probably, you're going to enter Farquaad mode.
I know.
It's hard not to.
It's really hard not to.
Yeah.
He lives within me at all times.
He lives in you. I'm picturing this video of you just kind of dancing with like Farquaad like in the back.
It's just like all like ethereal and sparkly. Yeah.
And then I guess, I mean, the other tiny like it was my birthday yesterday, my actual birthday. We were going to record and then we didn't get a chance to because I was working. But I'm 31 now, which is cool. It feels great. Not that much different than 30. I think like my sister Lauren texted me and was like telling me happy birthday. And like when you're 31, that's really when, what did she say? Something about just like really not giving a shit what people think and like leaning more into just.
And you're like, that ship sailed a long time ago.
Talking about caring about people.
Yeah. What people think.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And, but at the same time of like really doing whatever the fuck I want to do and not worrying about, I need to be at this point now that I'm 31 and I better hurry the fuck up. And
Yeah. Like the timeline pressure.
Right. Yeah. Just being a little bit like, whoa, my 20s lasted forever. And now I have all my 30s and I'm like hotter and richer and smarter and have a lot more going for me. Like, yeah. So that's fun.
Love that attitude.
Yeah. That's where I'm at.
All good updates.
Good updates. Yeah. I feel like we
No
already
one's pregnant. SpongeBob caused
No one's
9/11.
pregnant.
I started a new job and
I have a squeaky clean STD
yeah, you do.
results.
Your pussy's popping.
A little dry right now, but well, I've been talking to Washington Boy still, and I know we like introduced him last episode. I am gonna just call him George Washington at this point.
Perfect.
The president. Like I wished him a happy President's Day the other day.
Oh, I love that.
I know.
Well, he is our founding father.
He is, yeah. So I've still been talking to the founding father of his and we've been like exclusive just as we're talking to each other so much, and it feels like weird to not be at this point. And so,
and he comes to visit a week from today.
yes,
Yeah.
so that's also a triumph is that we're down to like single digits, and we'll see how it goes.
Transitioning into a wolf corner.
Oh yeah, oh my gosh, we have so
Because
many.
we have so many updates that
Yep.
are so long overdue. To preface, we were originally hoping to have this first update from this person. We were hoping to have her on as a guest. She had initially agreed to come on. I was really excited to have her on because it's a pretty juicy one, but she has since, I think, changed her mind. We've reached out quite a few times. She doesn't read our messages anymore.
It's fair.
But watches our stories and stuff. So it's okay. We understand.
Yep.
Sometimes you get a little nervous or stage fright. It's all good. So instead, we will just update you on who this person is and what they said. Back at the end of October, Megan alerted me to a DM in our requests.
Ah, yes.
From none other than Ring Doorbell Girl. If you are familiar with my story with the wolf, and after I left him, I installed a Ring doorbell camera on our house that we still own together, and he brought a woman back to that house. I rushed over there. He texted me a couple hours later saying that it was his friend's girlfriend who needed to use the bathroom. His coworker, actually. I have since confirmed with that coworker that was not the case. He wasn't dating anybody and they were not hanging out that night. I already knew it was a lie at the time, but so Ring Doorbell Girl herself found the podcast and messaged us. So this is what she said. OMG, listening to your podcast, and that was me on the Ring doorbell that night. So much more happened with him, and that night, all shit, nothing good to say, and everything makes so much more sense now. I started freaking out. I asked how she found us, and that I was so excited that she was here, and it was nice to meet her. She said, I saw this posted the other day and couldn't believe it. It is a picture of the wolf's Hinge profile. Somebody anonymously posted it in the Are We Dating the Same Guy Facebook page, and said, I know he was posted a few months ago, but I was recently told that his ex-fiance has a podcast. I'll put it in the comments. Really intriguing to listen to. Beware of this man. So Ring Doorbell Girls saw this in the Facebook group. I
love it.
And went and listened to the podcast and connected the dots. And heard us talking about her. Yeah. Pretty cool. That's the hope. Because obviously I can't expose his face or like his name or anything necessarily. But the hope is that somebody knows something and connects it and, word gets out and whatever. Because this is a dangerous person and people should know.
Yeah.
So that's happening organically on its own, which is amazing, and connecting me to like other women that he's wronged. So we kind of chatted a little bit more. Yeah, I asked her if she wanted to come on. She was open to it. And then she said, we really only saw each other for a few months, but so much went down in those few months.
Did she say what?
No. And then
Dang.
I said, let's talk soon. We'll schedule something and I'll reach back out. She said, and I said, thank you for reaching out. I'm glad you got away from him. She said, of course, even if it just helps one person in the future, it's all worth it. So regardless, even if that one person's just me, it did help me to connect with her and stuff. So, super glad that she reached out. Really, really full circle moment.
Totally.
That happened a few months ago.
Hopefully you get more details, but that's very much confirmation that was not his coworker's friend. I love that she found the podcast organically.
I know.
How cool.
I really want to know what her other experience was with him and what he was telling her.
Yeah, what he said about you.
The house.
Yeah.
Who did he say that it was his house? Did he say what did
because
she think
when
she was walking into?
When he was walking in, that's when you used the voice effect on the Ring doorbell and said I see you, the wolf.
Hi, the wolf. I see you.
Right. So she heard that.
Yeah.
So I wonder from her perspective, what the fuck?
Yeah. What the hell did he tell her?
Yeah. Oh my God.
And
we'd love to know.
Yeah. Would really, really love to know. If you're out there and listening to this, even if you want to just message us back on Instagram and share your experience with him that way, would be amazing, or email or whatever. But yeah, either way, thanks for reaching out in the capacity that you did. This next one is from the wife of one of the wolf's best friends. I don't know if I really talked about this person before. I might have, and I might have called him Matthew. I'll call Matthew's wife Morgan. But she and I were we had a good friendship. And the whole time that I was dating the wolf, she did not like him. And I knew that, and he knew that. So when all of this went down, I was pretty surprised that she never reached out. And I was really surprised by that. But in mid-December, we got a DM from her, and this was the first time that I had heard from her in the 1.5 years since we had broken up. She said, hello, not sure where to begin, but hope you are doing well. Matthew is finally okay with me sharing our point of view. He said, yeah, I don't care as long as it doesn't cause the wolf to have to reach out to me. I guess an intro fun fact I have is that when I started dating Matthew in June 2018, I knew the wolf's girlfriend was Grace, and they dated for years. Rachel was the weird obsessive ex. I remember Rachel texting all the guys asking for a video message because she wanted to put something together because the wolf was going through a hard time. True. Matthew and I thought that was so weird. His ex would be going through all of that trouble when he had another girlfriend.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And this was the period where you guys were basically dating, but had broken up already the first time, right?
Yep. And he was telling me that he wasn't dating anybody else.
Yeah.
And we were kind of in this limbo mode, but he was super depressed and down and acting super weird with me. And so I took it upon myself to contact his friends and family, and I got them all to record themselves on video saying
crazy.
How much they love him and why. And I put it all together for him and gave it to him and surprised him. While he literally had another girlfriend.
Yeah. So they're all okay, who's this fucking psycho bitch reaching out?
Right. So then she said, so I was always confused by your initial episodes because you called Grace a coworker. This is where it gets dicey. And this is alleged. I don't have proof of this. This is just what she said. They met when she was 16, and that is why I didn't like the wolf out the gate.
Because I'm assuming he was over the age of 18 at this point.
Correct. He would have been 23.
Okay.
At that point.
Okay. Clocking that.
Yeah.
Information.
We were wondering why you said coworker and thought maybe you were trying to protect him. Do you remember the summer or fall of 2020 that the four of us had plans to get sushi? I hadn't met you yet, and the wolf set it up as a way for the four of us to meet and spend time together. Then the day of the dinner, we got uninvited because the wolf just wanted to go with Matthew so he could talk about some important things. When Matthew got home that night, he told me everything they talked about, mostly about how the wolf didn't want to be with you, but it was his grandparents' dying wish, and so he felt obligated. I hadn't even met you yet. He would just talk about Grace and even asked Matthew if he could stay at my in-laws' place in, I'm not going to say the spot, so he could come to where she went to college and see her. Then at some point he said that she broke up with him and that he was going to get back together with you. We learned in the podcast that our timeline and POV was very different.
Holy shit.
Yeah. What recently helped Matthew drop the wolf was learning that the wolf had tried to hook up with his sister.
Did we talk about that on the podcast?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
This was new information. I will call Matthew's sister. I'll call her Courtney. Courtney finally told us. And she said she didn't know he was dating you still. I think it was April 2022. He was sexting her. She was too embarrassed to tell us. Which also, by the way, like, Courtney, if you're listening, I know that there's like, she felt really bad when she found out and there were weird feelings and whatever. And I made sure to tell Morgan that, like, seriously, no hard feelings. Like, literally any woman that he ever cheated on me with, like,
right.
We are so good, girl. Like, it is so okay. And I know Courtney personally, and like, she's a super sweet girl and like, seriously, no animosity. So when he went on a road trip, this past year, and he requested to follow Courtney. And when he saw that she was with someone, he unfollowed her again. So she's like, had a boyfriend. We think he was trying to spend the night with her where she lived on his trip. And that made Matthew really upset. What's interesting is that when this timeline confirms a suspicion that I already had. So I remember around this time of April 2022, I noticed that the wolf had liked a couple of Courtney's like more like risque model photos.
Crazy
and
to even notice that.
Oh yeah. Like my intuition was so spot on. Like I was just going down rabbit holes and finding shit.
What was your relationship with the wolf in April 2022?
Full on dating.
Okay.
We were gonna go to Hawaii in like a month. The two of us, and then the next month was with my family when he went up and saw Grace and got COVID.
Oh,
and
right.
then we got engaged a few months later.
Okay, yeah. So you're definitely fully.
Oh yeah. And he basically, still had two girlfriends at this point, and he's trying to hook up with his best friend's little sister.
Yeah.
Really foul. Around this time, I caught him liking these photos. I called him out for it, and I was like, this is like really inappropriate.
What did he
like,
say
and
to
he
that?
He was like, oh, like she's getting into modeling. So I was just, like being supportive. Like I can understand, why you might feel that way. I'm sorry. Like I won't do it again. Whatever.
I just saw this viral reel of like people imitating men who get caught liking bikini pics. Did you see that?
No,
oh my God. It
hilarious.
was so funny because it was like everyone's experience was so spot on of like, I'm just supporting her. Like I'm supporting her modeling career. Or like, why are you being so insensitive? That's actually really problematic. Like all of these like responses of like, you're getting caught liking someone's thirst trap.
Really insecure.
Right.
Yeah.
Like there's so many things that they could say, but at the end of the day, like, is liking someone's thirst trap like cheating? I wouldn't say so, but it's not. It's not good. It's not a good look.
No, especially like stories. The stories are like way more intimate, I feel like, and disappear, and your partner can't see that you're liking them. And he was running rampant on that. I do know.
Very sketchy.
Yeah. So I mean, regardless, like everybody has their own opinions on that and whatever, but like to me, wasn't okay.
Well, and he was also fully sexting the girl.
So. He was fully sexting the girl, fully cheating on me with all these women.
Right.
So yeah, obviously, 2 + 2 = 4 in this case. Okay. So then I answered like all her things. And then she said, he still calls Matthew and texts him regularly, but Matthew hasn't responded in months. He used to call us before or after podcast episodes to tell Matthew his POV.
Ew.
So that's when I learned that he has been listening and then calling all of his friends.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Afterward to like do damage control.
Fucking psycho.
Insane. I forgot.
He still listens. Because he's not as much of a, reoccurring character at this point.
I'm sure he listened to Sarah's episode and shit.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? She said, I forgot Amber's real name, but he said she was crazy and had mental issues. Stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah. really, really rich. Because Matthew was in so much distress in 2023 about the wolf, I even said, fine, we can invite him to our baby shower. The wolf said yes, he would be there. Then about a week before, Matthew asked him if he wanted to go golfing the morning after. He didn't reply to the text and ended up never coming to the shower. He ghosted Matthew for a bit and then months later said sorry and asked to hang out. That was another big strike for Matthew. And when I was 100% done, but Matthew was still having a hard time with all of it. Then in response to me being like, enraged that he was like texting and dating Grace before she was 18. She said, yes, I'm pretty sure he might have waited until she turned 18, but they had history. I feel like she was groomed a little bit. He would tell you he had and then drive up here to see her once she went to college. Matthew put that together later on.
Gross.
He also tried to hook up with Courtney's best friend, and she has screenshots. Yeah, and I have the screenshots. He's like asking where she lives now. How would you feel about getting together? And she's like, you mean like going and getting drinks or ... And he said both ...
Ew.
And then she didn't respond. And a couple hours, or no, that was in the morning. That night, he said, are you interested?
Ew.
She said, I mean, no, I'm not really looking to just get together with somebody, especially someone I don't really know. And he said, haha, true. It would be lots of fun though.
Ew.
Winky face.
Ugh. Gross.
Absolutely disgusting. Matthew told Courtney to message you, and she was trying to get her deleted Instagram messages back about the wolf sexting her, but she couldn't recover them. Oh yeah, she said that the best friend was Courtney's age, also, and they're around my age. That's about it. But yeah, additional
lore,
additional disgust. You know, the lore continues. It's always fun getting more of these. It also was nice for me to just like hear from her, because I always kind of wondered like
what she was thinking, why she hadn't reached out yet.
Yeah. And so it was like, oh, okay, cool. We are on the same page. Like, you do know, you just have been conflicted because of, you know, your husband's friendship with him and stuff, and them trying to like figure out how to navigate that. Totally understandable. Totally makes sense. Again, like I said from the beginning, I never, you know, tried to ruin his friendships or anything like that. Like, I knew it would just all happen naturally.
Right.
So, because he would just do it himself.
The part that was so shocking to me was just that they were very much under the impression that Grace was his longtime girlfriend, and that you were the like obsessed ex, and that they're like, and like their perception is so different than a lot of others, which really just goes to show how deep that relationship was with Grace. And then the fact that he was her superior when she was 16. Yeah. And whether or not they actually started dating at that point, but like you can put two and two together of grooming a 16-year-old.
Grooming.
Absolutely. Yeah. Especially someone who's 23 at the time, you said?
Yeah.
Or in his early 20s, what have you? I mean, like, come on.
Yeah. No kidding. Extremely concerning. Also validating to hear like, oh yeah, my suspicion of weirdness of what I was seeing with his Instagram behavior did correlate with actual like for sure cheating and attempted cheating later, maybe like attempted, you know, later on with his best friend's sister. Like how deranged do you have to be?
God, so desperate.
Like so sex crazed.
Yes. It's
like very, very concerning. Important for people to just know. And my very last one is one that we got yesterday, which is so fun. So this girl, shout out, we'll call her Mackenzie. She said, hi, this is very random, but the job the wolf got, let go from. My ex worked with him. I met the wolf a couple times, and if it weren't for the things I've heard about him through my ex and your podcast, I never would have guessed. Keep being you. I was like, tell all your girlfriends, make sure none of them date him, whatever. And she said, I'm not sure if you've heard of the app T, but it essentially is based off the Are We Dating the Same Guy Facebook page. He's on there, and many women have flagged him, and many are sharing their stories. I immediately went and downloaded this app. It's really cool. If you guys haven't heard of it, it's really, really awesome. Like, you have to confirm that you're a woman in order to even use
try
it.
to partner with them.
Oh, it'd be so cool.
Oh my God.
Oh, I would love to partner with them.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
awesome. Yeah, you have to confirm that you're a woman to get on it. You can't take screenshots within the app to kind of like, you know, preserve some integrity and stuff there.
Right.
And there's literally just pictures of men and their names, and you can go in there and give them a red flag, a green flag, like details. I saw someone put this guy in there for like domestic violence and abuse, like warning women about that, all this stuff. And so you can search by name for people like in your area or whatever. So I immediately did a search of him, and sure enough, he's on there. And there are comments in there that say me by name and the Traumedy Show by name. So people have connected him to it, and they, you know, call him a narcissist.
God, that's
and
so exciting.
a cheater and all this shit. Yeah. So like, and it's all anonymous. So there's no names in there of like usernames. So everybody that posts in there is anonymous. So I have no idea who posted that, but if you're listening, like, thank you for doing that. You're doing the Lord's work. And yeah, so go check out that app. They're also on Instagram called the Tea Party Girls. Highly recommend.
Yeah, we should DM them about that.
Yeah, I would love to partner with them. I think we have kind of a similar following.
Yeah.
So they'd probably be
I've been
down,
meaning to see what if my exes are on there.
I think you get 3 free searches per month. So yeah, search wisely. Yeah.
You know, and I could see it's an interesting dialogue, the whole like, are we dating the same guy, rating men on this app? Like, I kind of love it because it empowers women, especially when it comes to things about like domestic violence, serial cheating, narcissism, which, not to be like, obviously women cheat. We know that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Hello. But like, if you look at the stats and between genders, like it really does, I feel like, empower and warn women when dating can be really scary sometimes. And if there was ever the opposite made of like, well, how would you like it if we rated you? I'd be like, sure.
Please do. That's fine.
I feel like the people who would have a lot of problem with that are the ones who would get flagged.
Wouldn't want to be exposed.
Yeah. Because if I had an ex who rated something crazy about me, like, I don't know, I feel like I would be able to explain anything to a partner. Like, I'd be like, yeah, I have enough integrity where if the opposite came out, I'd have no problem with that. And so maybe if you're a man and you're like, what? That's so fucked up. Like,
yeah. It's like the domestic violence ones that are gonna be like, how you gonna explain that, buddy?
Right.
You know, but like, yeah, God forbid you start dating somebody and you don't know that they like abused their previous partners or whatever.
Especially when it's so hard to get like official cases filed sometimes. You might have evidence to say someone assaulted you. You might not want to report it for several reasons, but maybe you don't report it to the law, but you can at least share it on this app.
Yeah.
Like,
or like the stuff with the wolf, which, you know, could be characterized as like invisible abuse. Like there's no, you know, nothing I could file against him, but he 100% abused me in certain ways. Totally. So yeah, it's super important, I don't know, for that like exposure among women and to just like know that, because sometimes you don't find out until you're too deep in and like it feels too late or whatever. You're stuck, you have a kid with them, you're married, whatever, like, God. So totally support it, love it. Check it out. Maybe we'll partner with them. Totally. It'd be really fucking awesome to do so.
Obviously, like, it can't be a perfect system because if you have a vendetta against someone, you could go in there and maybe fake something.
Yeah.
But then it's like, okay, but if you are a man who has like 10 bad reviews from different, I don't know, experiences, like, it's not perfect, but it does seem like it's at least a good solution right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a start for sure. I've always like wanted some sort of system like this, but it makes it tough. And I'm sure, I don't know.
There's like dating apps where like women can recommend men, I want to say. I can't think of what they are.
You can't get on it unless you're recommended by like a couple
writing
women in your life.
reviews or something. Yeah. Like, maybe it would honestly make us all in the dating world a little bit better people if
I mean, it fucking sucks that we have to hold men accountable like that. Yeah. Like, ew. Seriously? Like, oh, you're going to be on your best behavior now that there's an app that can like expose
That's
your
what
shit.
I'm saying. I'm like, if something else came out the opposite where people were trying to expose me, I feel pretty good about most of my decisions at this point.
Right.
And then the mistakes I may have made, I fucking publicly own it.
Like just be a good person and then you don't have to fucking worry about that shit.
Right.
Hello. Just like don't abuse women and then you don't have to worry about being on the app.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Like we wouldn't have to go to these lengths to make shit like that. Like these women, whoever made this app, like have put their blood, sweat, tears, and money into making it for a good fucking reason. We wouldn't have to be here doing that as women if we didn't experience it on a fucking daily basis.
Right.
So,
and not to just like, I want to be like, oh, I don't want to drag all men necessarily. Because
no, there are men that we love.
And that's
course.
like fun to be able to even give a green flag of like, hey, it didn't work out between me and this guy, but like, he was great. I think he's going to be a great partner one day. Like I would do that with the guy I went on a date I don't even think I talked about on the podcast, but there's plenty of people I go on dates with where I'd be like, yeah, not for me, but for sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'll vouch for this guy 100%.
Totally.
He's totally nice. Whatever.
Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah. I think I gave him his 14th red flag in there. Yeah.
On my way to out of 15th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there were a handful of comments. So
yeah.
Fun.
It's nice to see, the system working sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes the system works in your favor. Sometimes God smiles down upon you.
Speaking of the system not working in your favor and maybe abusing an online digital platform. Yeah, I want to circle back a little bit to
retaliation.
Right. Yeah, I want to go back to the whole Spotify drama ratings now that I've had a little bit more time to even digest what the fuck happened. And it's still not resolved. But for those, just a little reminder, Rach and I have had this podcast for close to a year. We had, oh my God, I can't even remember now. It's changed so much. I want to say it was like 130 reviews, 4.7, 4.8.
Yeah.
Ratings on Spotify. And all of a sudden within like 24 hours of launching our Kimberly episode, we were just getting hundreds of 1-star reviews flooding in. We thought it was related at first to her ex. We thought it could have been the wolf. I won't get into like all the nitty gritty details, but by the end of like a 24-hour, 48-hour period, it was so clear that this was like a targeted bot attack. There was no way that this many people could like organize 1-star ratings. And
we thought it was like a Facebook group post or something. Like go, slam this podcast with 1-star reviews, like her ex or something, because it was the same day that Kimberly's episode came
I think was done by design.
Yeah.
And we were also getting 1-star reviews overnight. And we're getting them like almost directly in response to every new 5-star review. Like we just established a lot of patterns that I laid out in incredibly detailed emails to Spotify support, because that was one of the first things I did was like, we have to get these taken down. They're obviously fake, because we went from 130 reviews in a year to we are now at 600 something.
Like, 650.
Which is like, there's just no other explanation.
And like more than 500 came in like 48 hours.
Yeah. It's like we got a lot of listens on Kimberly's episodes, but nowhere near to justify.
No.
And I made that so fucking crystal clear.
And we got like only support for Kimberly's episode too. Like it's not like we got an influx of people being pissed off about it or something. It wasn't adding up.
It became very, very clear. And I'm in cybersecurity. I know about bot attacks. I know how they work. I know how they get through the system and whatever. And I also was like, is Spotify one of our customers? And they're not. So I'm like, okay, your bot products suck. And it just became very clear that we know who this was. I'm like 99% sure that this is the bodyguard, and he's probably listening still. It all adds up where it's just like, all right, I know who this is. I know why he's doing it. And it was a very stressful, anxious time for me, but then also had me really thinking about like the episode that we had released 2 weeks prior, thinking that he wasn't listening anymore. It was kind of in response to, like, as a reminder, he had released an episode about me, which I felt like was not very fairly like representing our relationship or what had happened. It was somewhat in retaliation to that. And also, for those who did listen to that episode, it was, we went into kind of graphic detail, especially about our sex life. And I was not kind. It was a funny bit. I feel like we were riffing in the moment. I specifically didn't want to get into those details the first time I talked about the breakup, because I was like, I don't think this is necessary. I don't feel like dragging this person. And then like the second time around, I felt a little more amped up and felt a lot more sure he wasn't listening.
And more time had passed. Like it had been a couple months.
More time had passed.
And that's also kind of just what we do. Like we do talk about men on this podcast.
We do.
But
I guess like in a lot of reflection though, I did ask you to remove that part of the podcast because I even re-listened to it, and seeing his behavior now, what he's doing, there's a part of me that's like, okay, we can see the kind of person he is, but at the same time, like everything that had led up to that point, I just couldn't stand with like integrity of, was it necessary to go into that much detail? Was it funny? Yes. Like, was it good storytelling and maybe fun to listen to? Yeah. But like,
was it true?
It was true. But I also, it was my true experience, but I just kind of had this like sick, anxious feeling of like, what he's doing in response is so not okay. It's affecting a lot of things, like our ratings getting picked up, getting ads, like it's not cool, but I just couldn't stand by everything I had said in the episode. So
sure.
I asked you to remove it. I felt better after it was removed, and I felt like it was a reminder to me that even as we get caught up in the moment talking about stuff and other people, that I have to assume every person we are talking about is going to listen. Mm-hmm. And do I feel good and okay about everything I'm saying, knowing that they're probably going to listen to it? Mm-hmm. And I think that was like a good gut check for me. And just that even if it's like funny or good storytelling, doesn't always have to be shared. I felt really bad and really sick knowing that he had heard those things. Mm-hmm. Even though I'm so frustrated and hurt and upset now at him, but at the same time, I was like, man, that does not make me feel good. Like I felt very anxious. So that's also why I was crying so much and upset, because I'm like, oh, this is my fault. And I went too far and I got my hand slapped a little bit. Do I think that this is an appropriate response? No, I do not. But I also wanted to just kind of, I don't know, come on here, say that. I feel like as we are still kind of new podcasters and we share our lives so publicly, like things like this are going to happen. Mm-hmm. Where I think Alex Cooper even talks about this, of like what it's like sharing your dating life and your sex life and all of these things, and having to consider people you're talking about, their feelings, and also your listeners, and building this like trust that we share the truth. Mm-hmm. And it's like a fine line sometimes of like, at what point does someone deserve these negative things said about them versus what should we share? And I feel like this is the first time so far on the podcast where I have been like, I don't know if I stand by what I said about that person. I think every other instance, I feel like I can still stand with integrity. So that's why that section was removed. If you have noticed, it's like episode 33, I think. It's like the beef tallow episode. Mm-hmm. But also at this point, Spotify has continued to do nothing. Mm-hmm. They basically agreed with me. I mean, they were like, yeah, we don't really have a method to address this misuse. Hopefully there will be in the future. And we don't have the bandwidth to remove these fake reviews, which was awesome. I think it's also because we are still relatively a smaller podcast compared to some bigger platforms. If I was like fucking Joe Rogan, I feel like I could get them to do something about it. God. We're hoping that our podcast studio we signed on with can do something. They said that they were going to talk to their CEO about it. So to be determined. But at this point, we may be stuck in 3.0 jail forever.
We might be. And it's pretty fucking bullshit. But
yeah, because we're not going to launch a counter bot attack because we could get in trouble for that. And we have integrity, and we're not going to, I don't know.
Like we know full well that what we're doing has from the beginning pissed people off and will continue to do so. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we don't ever want to, be on here and be like outright mean necessarily, or like hurt feelings unnecessarily. Yeah. So I think that's where like you drew a line and we draw a line and took it out. But like it sucks that the person that we pissed off this time has the tools and the means and the know-how to like retaliate in a way that does affect us like that. But
pretty like, significant amount of harm.
We persevere.
Oh yeah. I'm a lot more over it at this point. I'm like, okay, We have a 3 point whatever on Spotify. Well, okay.
Like,
We're
fuck
still,
you, bye. Like,
at least it shows we have a lot of reviews.
sure.
Oh my God. So many other podcasts our size have like 30 ratings.
Yeah.
We have 600 something. Clearly we're creating some sort of discourse. Like, I don't know. Like there's pros and cons to it. It is what it is. I have a feeling it'll work out. I'm trying to hold on to that.
Yeah.
That whatever's supposed to happen will happen. And maybe one day Spotify will take us seriously. But for now, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, we live and we learn and we continue to grow. And I just felt like it was important for me to be like, I went too far and I never want to be mean.
Yeah.
But also, which is why we took it out. But
But we will keep telling the truth, but in
for
a way,
sure.
in a way that, you know, feels integrous to us.
Do I feel like we deserved that response
No.
to our podcast? No.
Of course we didn't.
No. So, but it's like, I don't know. There are moments where it's definitely funny at this point too, of like, oh my God, like this is such a fucking movie right now. Like I have this podcast war with an ex who was never even my official boyfriend. And
But
then
lived here.
to piss someone off enough that they launch a bot attack against my Spotify podcast.
Yeah.
That's kind of iconic.
I mean, it's because we're
Not
kind
just
of iconic.
Not just anyone can say that.
You know, not to toot our own horns, but not just anyone can say that. You're right. That we had a hitman put a hit out on our Spotify rating.
Straight up.
Because we were just a little too funny.
A little too honest. A little too spicy.
Yeah.
Well, that's that. I have to go
that.
pick up my friend from the airport.
Yeah, y'all. We got a party to
We gotta wrap this
sponge
shit
and
up.
bob.
Oh yeah. We'll have some very chaotic content for the party.
Yep.
I'm sure on social.
Stay tuned. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe anywhere you listen to podcasts, but especially on Spotify. Also, we're really close to getting back up and running on YouTube.
Yes.
I'm going to be posting episodes here, hopefully really, really soon in the next couple days. We're getting churning on that. And also follow us on Instagram and TikTok if you haven't yet at the .traumedy.show. See you next week.
All right. Bye.
Bye.